Last time on Dragon Ball for Life.
So last week, I had the pleasure of leading us off with the 10-second recap. But you know, as a delegate, it's time I pass it off to you, my brother. You ready?
Delegate. I'm ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, give it to us.
Vegeta and Goku join the feds. Goku out here grabbing dicks again. We get a GOAT and Yeezy Season 5 coat. And boy, it's about to go down inside the Galactic Patrol.
Wow.
And there was a chain trace. I forgot about the chain trace.
And that was chapter 43 in our 10-second recap.
Bang, 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 bang.
Yeah! What's going on, y'all? And we are tuned in for episode 2 of Dragon Ball for Life. I am one of your co-hosts, because you know what they say, my hairline may still be intact, but loving Dragon Ball is a goddamn fact. And my name is Saiyan A. Smith, aka Troll Told Trev.
And I am the Prince of all sayings, Vegeta, Mr. Matty Ice Matthew Porter. How you doing, good brother?
I'm doing great. I'm ready to dissect chapter 44, Escape Prisoner Moro. You know, like you said in the 10-second recap, left off with the train chase, and then they sense Moro, and the chase is on. More chases is on, you know?
Chase
and
on.
we got another episode too where, not episode, chapter, but this is the episode.
Wishful thinking that it's on the way.
I know, right? But you know, we have another chapter where there's a lot of dialogue, and towards the end we see a lot more action. But you know, still world building, still story building, which is good. You know, you wanna see that heading into it. You know, we get some tidbits of information in this chapter that's really interesting. You know, when Goku senses Moro, it's different. You know, it's not like he's sensing a power level. He's sensing. Yeah, he's sensing that, oh shit, this guy, there's souls, there's lives that I'm sensing, and it's different than anything he's ever felt before, and it's really playing with his mind.
Yeah, and then our good old boy detective officer Miras kind of gives us a little bit more of a backstory on why they called him the World Eater. Whoa, pause. Because when he sucks up the world, whoa, pause. He is also taking the life of every single person that lived on that planet. And before you Twitter trolls come for me for last week's episode, I did make a bit of a numerical error. I did say that when they had locked up Moro before, it was 1,000 years before the events of Dragon Ball Super. It was actually 10 million years.
10 million!
10 million years before the event. So this man has basically been swallowing planets for 10 million years. So like Trev was just saying, when Goku was sensing his power, it wasn't really power. It was just like just death and despair and destruction. And we got something that we've never seen before. This got key caller ID. We've been sensing power levels in Dragon Ball for forever. Ain't nobody ever been like, yo, somebody's ringing my line. What you want?
He said, yo, who hit me up? Who the hell is this? Paging me up 546.
Yeah, so Goku went to go sense Moro's power or try to track him down. And Moro's just like, here, you rang? What's problem?
He said, yo, come find me. You know where to find me.
Right.
You obviously sense me, so let's get it.
He said, come get me, dog.
and you know, when he dropped the tidbit that, you know, he's been locked up for 10 million years, it's just crazy to me, because the world, the universe was just so vast, but at the same time too, you have these strong ass fighters on Earth that, you know, everything is going on in their own bubble. Meanwhile, you got somebody who's sucking up all these planets throughout the universe,
like a freak ball.
And like a freak ball. But you know, it's just new plot twists, new you know, things, new rabbits out of Toriyama's hat that he's pulling. Yeah. But you know, so as he's heading to what we learn is now the new NAMEK, I thought it was hilarious that Goku not remembering New Namek. He was like, I think he's heading to where the Namekians are now. Like, bruh, come on now. Like, yeah, he's so forgetful at so many like important junctions where it's just like, all right, dog, like, come on. And I was thinking about this too. Why haven't like the Namekians either come up with a protector for their Earth, or I mean, not for their Earth, for their planet, or have somebody who's like there if someone like Moro shows up, like, so Goku and Vegeta don't always gotta pull up, because you would think the Namekians know that they got the Dragon Balls. The Dragon Balls, once people find out about the Dragon Balls, they're gonna head to their planet. So either one, as we learned in, the Granola art, spoiler alert, blah, blah, blah.
Foreshadowing.
One, wish for a strong fighter, or two, maybe, I know y'all a peaceful race, but have somebody trained so that they can, at least step up. I know they got warrior Namekians, but after Frieza came to their planet, that should have been a wake-up call. Like, all right, yo, we gotta strap up a little bit.
It could be as simple as, like you said, Trev, like, they housed the Dragon Balls, so y'all can just collect them up real quick, make a wish, be like, hey, yo, make our planet undetectable to everybody.
Right? Something.
Put us in a pocket universe that no one can access without the password.
Right. Like outside of the Earthlings, these are the only people that can access this planet. Everyone else, leave us alone.
Give us a force field that you need a password to get in. Like, on some wild
facts.
Shit. Yo, why they always fucking with Namek?
Bro, they don't bother nobody. They just drink water, chill, unlock potentials.
We can bleep this out if it's too controversial. I ain't trying to get us canceled on our second episode. But
Let's hear it.
Is Namek the Middle East?
and the Dragon Balls are oil?
Hey, bro, like, people just keep bombing and fucking with Namek and trying to use their resources. Like, look at how Namekians are dressed. It's very garb-like.
Oh, you on to something?
They wear the turbans. Like,
I said Piccolo got a turban.
Look, dog. Like, bro, like, there's some real big stick government bully action that be happening in Namek all the time. There are people
for real.
They be misplaced when they had to come to Earth. They were basically immigrants. Like, bro, like, hey, let's leave free Namek.
We gotta start. We gotta start a movement.
Hashtag free Namek. Merch coming soon.
That's what I'm saying. For those listening to the pod, free Namek shirts coming soon.
On the way. But Trav, one thing that we did kind of skip past. So the reason why Moro is on his way to New Namek is the prisoner who helped him break out was kind of, of course he worked for Frieza, because everything always comes with Frieza. Did
he work for Frieza, or was he in jail and locked up with an ex-Frieza soldier?
The guy that Moro's on the ship with heading to New Namek is an ex-Frieza soldier, and he was saying to Moro, or he was saying like to the people in prison, like, oh, there's these things called Dragon Balls. I'm gonna make my wish, which we later find out he's wishing to get away from Frieza. He wants to find the planet. He's trying
to do. He's trying to do it before we even do it. Yeah. Oh man, that is hilarious that you said that.
The wish that he wants to make is he wants to go to a planet where he'll never be found by the Galactic Patrol or the Frieza Force. So Moro, having been a resident of this prison for 10 million years, he hears this conversation. He's just like, oh, is this thing called the Dragon Balls, is this real? And he's like, yeah. They strike a deal. He's like, yo, the Frieza Force guys like, help me break out, I'll take you to the Dragon Balls. These ones got 3 wishes. As long as you let me use one, you can do whatever you want with the other 2.
Yep. And they are on their way to Namek. Of course, Goku and Vegeta and all of them, they find out late, so now they gotta rush over and try to get there. And Moro also mentions too in his ride over to Namek that his magic started to return to him a few years prior to this trip. Yep. And so he's like, yo, I'm getting my groove back. Just wait until I get these Dragon Balls, dog. Just wait.
How Moro
just
got
wait.
His groove back.
Yeah. Coming soon. So of course they head to New Namek to confront Moro, and then Moro shows up. He disturbs their peace. And how about the one panel where he tries to kill Eska, where he just grabs Young Bull by the neck and is just like, yo,
he summons him.
It's crazy. And like, I know that now with Dragon Ball Super, well, at the time when it was still on air, when it was airing at I think it was a Sunday morning slot, and because of that, it's going to be, there's less, if you notice, there's no more blood.
Damn, that's a good point.
It's not as as violent as Z was, but like, man, there's just shots in the manga where I'm kind of like, dang, I wish they didn't have the early morning kid slot where they gotta censor things a little bit, or maybe
I never
like
peeped that. Trav,
come out with an uncensored version where you can be a little bit more bloody.
Yeah, but I never really thought about that. Like, there's definitely not as much blood. Like, they'll be like, clothes all ripped to shreds, but like maybe just like a little drip of the lip. Like,
or you don't see it at all anymore.
Toriyama, he love him some eye blood. Like, he getting the blood out the corner. I've never understood that. Like, what has to happen if you're bleeding from your eyes, you've experienced like blunt force trauma to your brain. Like, you're not in condition to fight. And Vegeta stay with eye blood.
always
like, stay with eye blood. But yeah, that panel where he like does the get over here to Young Bull was crazy, because Vegeta and Goku, they do instant transmission. They beat Mario there by a couple seconds, and they kind of told the Namekians like, damn, our bad again.
And it's so funny too, because they're like so grateful to see Goku every single time, but like there's got to be someone there that's like, all right, dog, every time you hear this,
it's bad news. Like, every time we see you, something bad. Like, it's really
right. And now, like, to Goku's defense, of course, he's showing up to help, but it's just funny. Like, it's just funny. No one there is kind of like, yo, every time we see this motherfucker, we always in danger. We always in danger. He saves us, but we always in danger.
There's that one Namekian when they see Goku's bright ass orange gi, they just like, oh no, nope. They like, no, leave. Leave.
And then Goku would be like, well, do you need my help? Like,
they're like,
yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
but you gotta leave after this.
We need you to go. we really need you to go.
So Moro tries to show up, assert his dominance by grabbing Eska and threatening to kill him. But the thing that I really love about Dragon Ball Super, and Z as well, that we still don't see it with Goku, but just the character development for Vegeta, because in this scene he saves Eska, and he has like a small, not a monologue, but just a quick speech where he just talks about how he's wronged the Namekians in the past, and
so many times.
So he feels like it's his duty to essentially make up for it. But it's just kind of like,
I did like
you don't ever see that reflection with Goku or like Vegeta. It always seems like there's a callback to his past, that he's trying to reform himself, where like, yo, I was wildin', my bad, y'all. Like, I'm the reason Frieza even showed up, because he heard me talking about the Dragon Balls.
Absolutely, yeah. Frieza. Vegeta is definitely like top 5 best flushed out characters of like any anime. Like, in terms of like his character arc, even though Toriyama for whatever reason shits on this man constantly, he just can't let him get a dub. He keeps Vegeta at 500 constantly. Like, he'll give him something, take it right away. Like we'll see later on in this arc. Give him something, take it right away. But
it's just like every single time where we're like,
every single time.
Yes, come on, dog.
Every single time. But I really did like that part too, Trev, with him saying like, yo, last time I was on a NAMEK, because there's been like 6 of them, because we keep getting them fucked up. He's like, yo, I did him pretty dirty.
Yo, which one we on?
Last time I was here, I did him kind of wrong. I got some sins to atone for. Yeah,
it's like, yo, my fault.
You right.
I was
wrong. I was on some other shit. I had a lot on my mind, bro. He said, yo, man. He's like, yo, my dad died 30 years ago. I still haven't gotten over it.
I was going through some shit, dog. Leave me alone.
Right. He's like, oh, I just, lost all my people,
Yep.
just haven't gotten over it.
And
he's like, damn, bro, when did you lose him? About 30 years ago. They're like, nigga,
he's
come
like,
on,
if we're being
bro.
real, he ain't really fuck with you like that. You were just the prince. Right.
Like, how long did you know him really?
And so this is the first, of course, classic Dragon Ball. Mano y mano, alpha male to alpha male. And, once Vegeta saves Eska, he's like, all right, Kakarot, stand back. I got this.
Because, their strategy of you fight him,
right.
I'll fight
They
him.
realize that, what we've been saying this whole time, that we fight better together, but we gonna get fucked up a little bit before we realize, all right, we gotta team up. But, exactly.
I need to get
so
my
then
ass
once they
whooped,
get
so I know
to once
it's
they
real.
get to Namek, then essentially the rest of the chapter is what we just described. Vegeta and Moro just kind of like testing each other's powers out, and Vegeta is going through his typical rounds where he transforms bit by bit, seeing like, okay, he can keep up with this form. Then he goes to Super Saiyan Blue, and it's like, okay, all right, he's keeping up with this. But then the cliffhanger at the end, Moro is like, yo,
yeah,
I ain't even used my magic yet. You trying to see it?
He said, bruh. He said, I haven't even took my parka off.
Yep.
My Yeezy season 5. Like I'm still
Yep.
clothed
And
up.
he takes it off, and they're probably like, oh, he looked frail as hell. But little do they know, he still ain't showing why they call him Planet Eater Moro.
Yeah, and of course, we talked about Moro hasn't really used his power yet. Of course, Vegeta's egging him on, like, bro, I heard you did magic.
He ain't learned from the Cell Saga,
I heard
dog.
you did magic. No, or the Buu Saga.
Could have been the savior of the Cell Saga. He just had to let him go perfect.
Bro, like we could have just skipped right ahead.
Yo, right?
Goku would have been alive. Goten would have had a dad. Like,
Wait,
Wakanda.
Not to digress real quick, but
please do.
We pretty much covered what happened to chapter 44. But just to your quick point, when did Goku get Chi-Chi pregnant for Goten? That's one thing that I've been wondering this whole time. Like, did
Yamcha got his get back?
Like, did Goku ask Baba to take him to Earth real quick so he can get some cheeks and then he'll come back? Because like that's the one thing I always wonder. Because like if he's dead this whole time, when did he get Chi-Chi pregnant? Was that ever like discussed or confirmed?
It's implied, but it's not said. So at the start of the Buu Saga, when it's that little mini Great Saiyaman arc with Goku and being like the blonde warrior and everything, it's referenced, if I believe. So let me start here. So from the end of the Cell Saga to the start of the Buu Saga is 7 years. 7 years passed from the end of the Cell games to when Gohan is whatever he is in high school, senior, whatever he is.
Yeah.
It's implied that I believe Trunks is 8. It's either Trunks is 8 and Goten's 7, or Trunks is 7 and Goten is 6.
So he got it in real quick and said, "Yo."
It's implied. It's implied that like that. Remember they had like the 10 days before the Cell game started. Like after they all got out the hyperbolic time chamber, and Cell was just like, "Y'all give y'all like 10 days, 7 days, whatever it was, to chill." And that's when they were doing like the driver's license episode.
He was playing baseball and like just got hit by a pitch and didn't affect him at all. And he's like, "Oh shit, I gotta act like that hurt."
Just hitting dingers all day, just going yard all day.
Got you.
Yeah. So yeah, you know what? I'm almost positive at the Buu Saga, Goten is 6.
Okay.
And Trunks is 7, because I remember one of the episodes, it's like reference that Trunks just had a birthday and he like offers like Goten one of his toys.
Okay, all right. Like, so Chi-Chi was like, "Yo, get that ass over here."
She's like, "Yo, before you go, yeah,
I know you're about to leave us."
Right, because you all, this is what you do.
Yeah, right. So back to the chapter. Unless there was anything additional I had missed, what are we giving it? I'll start it off this time.
Please do. Out of 7 stars.
Out of 7-star Dragon Balls, I'm also gonna give this one a 4 as well. Just because we're still building up to the story, and it part of it is still like kind of classic Dragon Ball, where it's kind of like we learn about a villain, we show up, you know, we're fighting him, you know, even though we're trying to protect Namek, we don't really like have like a true reason why we're fighting him outside of like, yo, Miris and Jocko got us, told us he eats planets and that he got out of jail. So like, and then obviously we see the same tropes of, okay, we're gonna test each other's powers out and everything. So, you know, I'm keeping it at a 4 just because, you know, even though we are introduced to some new tidbits such as, you know, Moro being locked up for 10 million years, him learning about the Dragon Balls, I still think, you know,
Frieza.
Yeah, you know, there was nothing really that I was just like, oh,
right.
It was still like this was cool. It's like you're waiting for more to happen, and that's how it felt. So it wasn't like, you know, it was a chapter where I'm like, I wasn't feeling that, but it wasn't a chapter where I'm like, nah, that's like, and even at the cliffhanger where he, you know, is basically gonna reveal his magic, I do think
finally takes off his parka.
Yeah, and like, and it was crazy because it was literally like he took it off and was like, all right, I'm about to show you.
He said, oh, you want magic? All right.
Yeah, I think I would have preferred if like he didn't have to show off like all of it, but if he would have done something that where Vegeta was like, whoa, what was that? He did
that one move where he Jedi forced them to the ground.
Yeah,
like
but it's still
we because we know what he really can do. It wasn't like, all right,
yeah. But even at the time when I first read it, it was just like, oh man, he kind of a savage. But it wasn't really like anything like truly unique just yet.
New word.
Yeah, right.
That's that new yeek.
Well, Mr. Porter, what are you giving it out of 7-star Dragon Balls?
I'm gonna go 4 because I echo your sentiments to the T. I'm gonna say when, because we're gonna manifest when this translates to the anime. Chapters 43 and 44 are probably going to be one episode.
I was about to say, yeah, you could definitely put it
44,
all
43, and 45 might all be one episode to some extent.
Or if they 4. Actually, you know, the one thing that they could, not to cut you off real quick, but if they could extend it, I would love for them to focus a lot on the past fight between the Grand Supreme Kai and the Southern Kai. I think if they use if they use an episode to really like kind of like have that flashback, then I'd be cool with them like really like splitting up the episodes, because outside of that flashback in chapter 43, everything else is just kind of like, oh, we've seen this. Let's get to see why Moro is like different.
Even in the anime, and I'm sure they'll probably do this like to kind of fill it out. A flashback of the prison escape would be kind of dope too.
Yeah, because we just hear, oh, he's out.
Yeah, they just talk. Yeah, they just talk about it, but like seeing how, because they like say why he broke out, because you know Frieza's force guy was like, oh, Dragon Balls, oh shit, Dragon Balls, let's get it. Like, but yeah, watching how his prison escape would be like a fire. That could be like a whole episode.
Yeah,
for
honestly. So like there are points where they can really extend this, but you know, I do feel like there are times where Toritaro's kind of like just, all right, let me get to like, because he has the drafts of, he knows what's gonna go happen. So like there is an element where I kind of feel like he's like, all right, I really want to get to that point. So let me just you know, all right, he's out, heading to Namek. Okay, all right, here we are, we're good. All right, let's get to the next chapter.
Toritaro definitely he speeds through some shit at times.
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely. Sometimes it drags. Sometimes he's just like, nah, I'm trying to get from A to Z. But
yeah, there are times where he's just like, you can do a middle ground. You don't got to do like balls to the wall, or just dragging it.
It's two extremes.
Yeah.
Facts.
But hey, man.
What's up, bro?
This is episode 2.
This is episode 2, and we were told to plug the shit like how they do. So, and now that we're live, we can do it now. So you can find us at what's the Instagram name, Trev?
DB4L_pod,
and that's the Instagram and the Twitter.
Yep. So follow us at DB4L, and 4 as in the number, L_pod. And absolutely. You know what? if you're listening to it on Spotify or Anchor, and then soon to be Apple Podcasts, give us a 5-star review, because that's what they say on these podcasts, right?
Like and subscribe, smash that subscribe button, all of that. And then you can find me at _menace to sobriety on Instagram, and Matthew Porter on Facebook, and pretty much everything that goes on about this podcast, you can find out about stuff there as well. And always and forever, we want to thank the lovely people at Fandom Spotlight. Got it right the first time.
Yes, sir.
We want to thank them all the time for empowering us and taking us on this lovely, crazy journey that we're going to be on. But Trev, close this motherfucker out.
Damn, I can't tell them where to follow me?
Oh, shit, yeah. I said, nah, bro, this a one-man band, man.
Nah, it's all good. You can follow me, Troll Told Trav, on Instagram and Twitter. Don't find me on Facebook because I don't use it that much. I just go on, check to see whose birthday. Yeah, check to see whose birthday it is, and then I'm off. But anyways, you have just tuned in to the latest episode of Dragon Ball for Life. Find out on the next episode, dickhead.
You dig me? Dodon Ray.
Bow, 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 bow.
Bow, 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 bow. Shout out to super producer Mikey.
We love you, Mike. Get out.